Well, hello, and welcome to the Carl Blemming channel. Today I thought I would show you my first successful mob farm that I've created in Minecraft. Now this is definitely not the first one. I think it's like the fifth one that I've made, but it's the first one that actually works pretty reliably. And there it is, this giant cube hovering in the sky. I just want to show you how effective it is here. Of course, the purpose of the mob farm is to collect the items that the monsters drop when they die. I have a series of spawning platforms in there, and lanes of water which push the monsters into this big hole where they fall to their death. Now, one of the cool features I have here is that if I flip this switch, these pistons here in the back will retract and the water will flow out and then push all of this stuff into this trench so that I can collect it. I'll show you how that works. I have this, it's pretty simple, redstone circuit. This redstone wire which is connected to the piston, and when the piston is extended it holds the water in. When it's retracted the water can flow. And I've got the same thing on this side. And I'll show you that. All the items flow right out. The only downside, really, as you can see, is sometimes when the monsters fall down, when the water is out, it cushions their fall and they survive. But, yep. I'm getting quite a bit of items here, which is pretty nice. Plenty of arrows, you can use as many arrows as you want. You don't have to run out. Plenty of bone meal for gardening. Gunpowder for making TNT. To solve the problem of the monsters falling while I have the water flowing, I built this little door here where there's a series of pistons which will extend and block off the hole. It's a 3x3 hole there, and I couldn't figure out how to get the pistons to completely cover it, so it covers everything except for the center, and I'll give you a closer look at that later. So once in a while one drops, but it's not that big an issue. I have all this glass here so that if there are any live monsters in there, they're trapped. The glass is also good because when the skeletons are falling, they can and will shoot you if you're standing out here. So that protects me from the skeletons. So let me show you this. Now, these redstone torches, when they're set in blocks like this, it will carry the signal up in a straight line, and each one is alternating. Like this one is on, that one's off, this one's on, that one's off. To get closer, you can tell there are some monsters standing right on all those extended pistons. Okay, so the switch brings the signal up here, and there's a ring of redstone around, and then a series of you know, 2 pistons here, 2 on that side, 2 on the other side, and 2 on this side. And that's pretty much it. They just extend into the center and block it off. If I close it, okay, I'll just briefly talk about some of the math involved. Now, a monster will not spawn within 24 blocks of the player, and that's in every direction, including up and down. But from the 25th block out to the 144th block, that is the zone in which monsters can appear. And within that area, I think once, actually 20 times per second, there's a chance for a monster to appear in that area, in a random space. And your goal, of course, is to have the inside of your mob trap be the only place within range that they can appear, so that they are concentrated in there. And that is why I built this on an island that's all lit up with torches. Now, monsters need some darkness to spawn, so I have this whole place lit up. They can't spawn in water, and also I chose this island because there's a minimum amount of caves underneath it, and I did choose I used one of those X-ray texture packs to find this place. And what caves there are down there, I went down and dug down and put torches in there to try to light them up and keep the monsters from spawning anywhere but inside this big cube. I want to give credit to a fellow YouTuber here named Monkey Farm, and I'll give a link to his video that gave me some of the a lot of the ideas for creating this. The first thing I did was I built this little a dirt platform about 25 blocks above my head while I'm standing down on the island down there. And I made this my first layer. That way, now there's two advantages to that. Number one is that when I stand down there, the bottom of the trap is high enough that they can appear anywhere above this. So this is all within the zone of where they can appear. And in addition, if fall damage, you know, if they fall 24 blocks, that's enough to kill any monster. Alright, so what I'm gonna do right now is switch to peaceful, just so the monsters will vanish, and I want to show you inside. So let me get up to the top here. I'll show you the top level. I have, I think, 3 levels in this right now. And the top is all covered in half slabs. As you may know, monsters cannot spawn on top of half slabs. So this way I don't have to light this whole thing up. Okay. So this is what the inside looks like. Each of these platforms in the corner is 8 by 8. Each of these waterways here are 3 wide, 3 by 8. So this way, if you put a source block, 3 source blocks along this edge, water will flow towards the hole and then stop right on the edge. That's what you want. You want the monsters to be pushed all the way to the edge so that they can fall down. And also I made this space 2 blocks high because every monster can spawn within a 2 block high area except for Endermen. And I didn't want Endermen to appear in my trap because they have this nasty habit of picking up blocks and putting them down in other places. So it would be nice to get Ender Pearls from the Endermen, but I decided that it wasn't worth the hassle of coming up and rebuilding the thing. So no Endermen. And another nifty trick I learned is that you can see I have a row of signs around the edge here. Now the monsters will appear on these platforms and just wander around randomly. And they're smart enough when they get to the edge here to see that this is something that they can fall off of, so they don't normally walk off this edge into the water. But if you put a sign here, the monsters interpret this whole block right here where the sign is. They interpret this as solid. So they will wander around, they'll think this is solid, they'll walk in that direction and then fall off into the water, which sweeps them down, and then they fall down the hole. Now I'll show you, I have 3 different levels that are exactly the same. So that's basically it. You've got these platforms. It has to be dark in there so they can spawn. It's too high, so you get the monsters you want. You got the signs around the edges of each platform, so the monsters think that it's solid. They walk off, they land in the water sweeps them into the center, and they fall down to their death, and we collect their items. Switch it back to normal. And of course, it's nighttime right now, but it works day and night. Of course, all I do is need that to close the doorway. So if this is useful to you, please let me know in a comment or click like if you want to. In a future video, I'm going to show you why I built this. Basically, I built it, well, you know, to get all this stuff, but mostly to get gunpowder, because I wanted to make TNT to make a human TNT cannon, which I saw in another video. And I'll show you that later, because I did build that, and it works pretty well. But it needs a lot of TNT. So until next time, thanks for watching.